I know you didn't mean it bad, but your team is now kind of fearing to tell you the honest truth instead. So here are 5 reasons what happened and how you can make sure that it doesn't happen again. All right, let's start. First, you got defensive. So they did give you a feedback and you defended, you explained, and you went on a rant telling why it happened and why it maybe was all a misunderstanding. Worst thing, don't say that. And what did they feel? Dismissed, like misunderstood, and that the honesty actually was a mistake. Now, what can you do as a leader? Regulate before you respond. Just take a deep breath and think, how am I going to respond to this feedback that you get? Because truth needs space, not self-protection. Second, when a leader doesn't trust, so you jumped in, they shared with you, honestly, a little struggle in their mind, and you jumped in, you fixed it, you made it happen, but you skipped the kind of trust bit. And what they feel right now is mistrusted. They feel like, you know what, we are treated like children. And he or she doesn't even trust us anymore. So, trust, don't solve. Build their confidence instead. And second, help turn their struggle to their success, not yours. All right, third one. When a leader ignores emotions. So they got open with you, vulnerable, shared something, perhaps not in the right time, right place, but they opened up. You've moved on like nothing happened after having nodded and taken it in. And that made them feel exposed, embarrassed, like all that courage that it took for them to tell you something so personal was for nothing, was a burden for you. So as a leader, what can you do? Follow up, always. No matter how busy you are and whatever it is, remember the person behind and check in with them and say, hey, you know what? I remember our conversation last week. How is it going? Or how is that thing, whatever they shared with you? Make it count. Not maybe so much for you, but for them. And then recognize them for the courage for sharing it. Who knows? Maybe this time it was a smaller thing. Maybe next time it's a massive thing. And if they don't have the courage again, they won't share it with you again. And then comes the fourth time. When a leader makes it personal. All right. So your team wants to hold you a bit accountable. And you said, well, you know what? That's not how I meant. Or you flip the script and make it now, well, that hurt me now. And they feel a bit like confused, gaslighted, and guilty for even bringing this up to you. And that they are now the ones who are causing the harm. No wonder they went silent. So here's how you can fix it. As a leader, acknowledge and receive the feedback. And think in your mind, this is what I'm teaching my team to be accountable. So in return, I'm also being held accountable by my team. And that's a good thing. And then do not confuse impact with intention. Your intention might be the most generous and best in the world. But if you are not aware of what the impact of your actions were, there's a gap. And your team does not read your intention. They read your impact. So you always need to gauge what impact you had, not only what was your intention. And the last one, when a leader gets cold, that's when the team learns to be silent as well. So they said something probably that you didn't like. But then your tone shifted, your eyes went cold, and kind of like for one day, afternoon, 2 days a week, you lost your warmth towards them. And how did they feel? They feel punished, kind of frozen out. And like if they are truthful to you, it will come with a price of potentially connection with you. And as an employee, that might be way too much of a big price to pay. And so they, in their mind, go, okay, never again. Let's not hold him or her accountable again. And that's not a good sign. So remember, as a leader, your reaction teaches more than your words. Never hold a grudge. You are in a leadership position. You need to manage your emotions. And yes, for sure, you might disagree or feel upset, but you need to stay open always, even especially when it's difficult. Grudge is not a cure. It's poison to your team. Let me know in the comments, does your team go silent and why perhaps? And what was your takeaway from these 5 ways how you can ensure that your team is honest with you? Like, comment, or share with your friends. And if you want, join me in one of my Friday Level Up Lives for Leaders to learn a leadership topic in 30 minutes. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.